The YouTube channel Friggin' Clara calls this process my white whale. The term white whale comes from the film Moby Dick, and Moby Dick is a fictional white sperm whale and the main antagonist in Herman Melville's 1851 novel, based on a white albino whale. As a metaphor, a white whale is a relentless problem that may be impossible to solve, or a goal that is impossible to attain. A year ago, I would have thought that, yeah, especially after a day of doing it, I would have thought, yeah, this is an impossible goal. This is my white whale. The content of this video is for informational and educational purposes. Do not attempt to replicate any actions or behaviors shown in this video without proper training, supervision, and safety measures. Fire safety should always be a top priority. The creator of this video is not responsible for any injuries, damage, or harm caused by attempting similar activities. Always follow local laws, safety regulations, and professional guidelines when handling fire or hazardous materials, and viewer discretion is advised. This video is completely genuine and uncut. There are no edits or synthetic alterations made to the footage. What you see is the real and authentic content, presented exactly as it happened, without any modifications. I strive for full transparency and honesty in showcasing this unfiltered experience. And one of the problems I had was I didn't actually have a bow. And I didn't have my string with my bow. So right now I've taken from trying to use a hatchet with a string to using, I found a piece of wood on a tree. Right now I'm getting into, let's try and get this going with an existing hole. I kind of like to keep my holes used as much as possible. So if there's anything left in a hole, I kind of use the hole as a warm-up. I'm not expecting a ember. I'm expecting an ember, if that makes sense. I know that all the tools that I have, the basswood, stuff like this, is bound to work. It has to work. Then it comes down to time, how much time it's going to take, because the situation is cold and wet. Everything in this forest is wet and cold. So my expectations are low. I expect it not to work. I got a stick off the tree. All on tape as well. Oh yeah, we've got a nice ember. Let's see if we can. Okay, so now as you can see we have an ember, and that ember is pretty much a small ember. It's not exactly huge, and I haven't really prepared anything else at this stage. So right now I'm trying to get some parts of my preparation kit out of little bags. One of the things I've got is I've got loads of, what would you call it, feather sticks, because I've been making a lot of bull roars the last week or two. I've been experimenting with bull roars. Anyway, I fail on this attempt because the ember drops down in between all the feather sticks and disappears down the bottom into a little bit of dust, but not enough to get going. And that's the problem right now, is I've got an ember, but I don't have my preparation in place, because I think some part of me was thinking, this isn't going to happen. I'm not going to get an ember. So we'll just let that roll on. I'm busily trying to keep this alive with whatever dust is in the bottom of this pan. So one of the things I brought with me was feather sticks that have been pre-burned. So I had a bit of kind of charcoal feather stick, and also I had a bag of feather stick that was pretty fresh.
I lost it. Fuck it. Alright, we go again. Not giving up on one. Too much stuff, it just fell down into it.
One of the important things I've learned about the Bowdrill technique is that it has brought a finesse to what happens as I start a fire. So I've figured out that when I have an ember, I must have a way to bring that ember to a fire. And it was during that process that I realized I had a lot to learn. And some of the things I learned I'm going to share with you tonight. Mainly for one of my friends who's called Darcy's Outdoor Hiking Diaries. Darcy's Hiking Diaries, who's a YouTuber. And she asked me to make this film. Fire can be an important survival tool, as it not only provides heat, but also can be used for cooking, the smoke for signaling, and is a boost for morale. Before starting a fire, it's important to prepare for the fire, not only to have enough wood to keep the fire going, but also to ensure safety. An important thing to think about is the site where the fire is going to be. This should be cleared of any material that could be burnt, such as leaves, sticks, or mulch. A recommended area is 3 meters around the fire. Avoid starting a fire if it is too windy. Consider the direction of the wind to minimize the chances of embers flying off into nearby grasslands or bush. Preparing all of the kindling, sticks, and more substantial wood should be done before the fire is started to ensure that the fire is not left unattended. To make the process of starting fire easier, it is recommended not to pick up wood off the ground, as it can be still wet.
out. It's not gonna happen today. Take a break for a minute. Last time. String is fucking not right at all, but we fix that. Okay, this is the last one. There we go. Go on. I'm making a monster ember. Go on, you bastard. Oh yeah. Go on. Go on. Loads of dust for when I make an ember, which is always a happy place. Fucking Come on. Come on. That's gotta be a That's a fucking ember. Oh, that's an ember. Woo! See it?
Start that recording.